Basically, in this video, I'm going to tell you some things about myself that I've learned in this lifetime so I can leave them with you. Learn from my mistakes so you can be better than me. Um, because, life does not last forever. Um, and yeah, let's just get into it. So, these are some things that I've learned in my 29 years of life that I just want to pass on to you guys advice, lessons learned, and different categories. So I think one of the first things I learned in life was how to demand respect. I was always just a very like self-assertive, like very confident child. I knew what I wanted. I didn't make compromises. Obviously, if I had to because I was a child, I did, but I kind of stood on business at a very young age, and I think it's what's kept me to this point. And there were times that I didn't stand on business, and I've always regretted that. I think some of the best advice is to always, stand for yourself and be yourself and stand on 10 toes when it comes to who you are and what you believe in and your morals and your beliefs. Like nowadays, especially, people are compromising their morals to fit in, to go viral, to feel a sense of belonging. But if you don't belong to your own body and your own mind, you shouldn't want to belong anywhere. You really need to make sure you love you and that you're doing you and that you are who you want to be. Like as long as that ain't a unalive or something, like, be who you are. Um, Another one of my youngest memories or something that like stems from my childhood is trauma. Trauma changes your life and it changes the way you move in this world. It changes how you interact with others, how you interact with yourself. It changes how you love yourself. It changes what you allow. So sometimes when you can't stand on business, when you can't, have your morals that you should have, it's usually because you need to dig down and figure out why you're no longer, yourself. And I think that I experienced a lot of trauma in my childhood. My earliest memory is trauma, like, so yeah. Well, I wouldn't say my oldest memory is trauma. I do say that, but I'm pretty sure I can remember something else. But one of my like biggest memories that like just jumps out at me is, just like sitting in a car and the window being smashed out and, sitting in glass because of an abusive relationship that I wasn't in, but I grew up around, like, and a lot of times we use the stuff that we went through as kids and we go and repeat the cycle. We get in abusive relationships. We deal with abusive people. I kind of like knew better. I have been in some relationships that were like somewhat abusive. I have had women try and put their hands on me. Um, yeah, women are, emotional beings and they think that they're not wrong, that men are the only people who put their hands on people. I've never had a man put their hands on me. I don't even play that, but women have put their hands on me and okay, none of that, because I beat you up for real. Anyway, and I'll play that. Like I don't play abusive relationships. I don't play like I grew up in that environment, and I do not recommend that anybody has to go through, something that they already been through. And I feel like a lot of the times in our childhood, like we see stuff, like I say, and we repeat it or we hold on to it. You have to learn to let stuff go. That's another big thing, is letting go of the stuff that has happened to you. If you don't release it, you become it. It becomes who you are. You cannot talk about, like, I can't say like, oh, I'm still scarred from something that happened to me when I was little. Like, has it affected my life? Absolutely. But am I living and dwelling in what happened to me when I was a child? No, because I can control my own reality at this point. I can't control everything, but I can control who I choose to be around. I can control who I choose to date. I can control what I entertain. Like I have a choice, and understanding that I have free will and choice is something that I really understood as a kid. Like I don't have to be around these people. Like I learned a lot from aunties and uncles and moms and dads. Like I not only did I learn what I did want, but I also learned what I didn't want. I feel like I have people in my life, they're not in my life, but I just want to say like cousins and sisters and brothers. Not, I'm just gonna say cousins because I was gonna say sisters and brothers, but it's really cousins. Like I have cousins that are holding on to what happened to them when they are kids, and it has destroyed their whole life because they have sat in it so long that they never went anywhere in their life. and they will never probably go anywhere in their life. I'm asking God to break those chains, but you have to ask for God to break those chains yourself. You have to break those chains yourself. You have to get up and do the work. Like, some people only want to be in their trauma. They never want to move on. They never want to let go. They just want to be, oh, this happened to me. I'm a victim, and I'm going to be a victim for the rest of my life. Stop being a victim. That don't mean that your pain is not valid. That don't mean that that didn't happen to you. That don't mean that it can be erased. But living in it and dwelling in it will do nothing for you. It will do nothing for you. And it's not even worth it. We have to learn to move on. So I'm going to move on from that topic, and I hope that you understand what I'm saying. It might come back up, because I really feel like I need to reiterate, like, you have to let go, whatever it is you need to do, whatever healing technique it is you need to do, therapy, journaling, talking to other people, talking about it, whatever it is you need to do it, because you have to move forward from your trauma, or you will never move on. And I've seen people with bad relationships with their mother become bad mothers, never get good partners because they still craving that attention from their mom, never leave the house because they still craving that attention from. You have to let it go. I am not any of the things that happen to me in my life. I could sit upstairs crying every day, 365 days of the year, about stuff that has happened to me. I choose not to, because I have shit to do. My life is not over. Your life is not over. So why are you sitting and dwelling in it? Okay, let's see. I got notes, y'all. I have a lot of stuff to talk about. Anger. Now, that anger goes in hand in hand with grief and trauma. I can say, me personally, I was one of the angriest people in this world. I was just mad. I had so much trauma I was sitting in. I was mad at the world. I always felt I needed to defend myself, because of when I couldn't defend myself. I always had to pop off first. I always had to protect myself, protect my image, protect just me. Like, I just really had to protect me, and I felt like I had to protect others. And again, that's a lot to do with, my childhood, feeling like I couldn't protect my mother, or feeling like I couldn't protect this person. So I feel like I have to overcompensate. And I'm out here on, this is back in my Twitter days, standing up for everybody, people who would never stand up for me, going out and trying to remove people. I lived next door to somebody who was in an abusive relationship. The amount of times I tried to save her, just to end up, you know you cannot save anybody that don't want to be saved. And sometimes being a superhero to everybody else, you need to redirect that to being a superhero for yourself. Save yourself, stand up for yourself, but also do it in a less angry way. Sometimes standing up for yourself means not saying nothing, not doing nothing, writing it down instead of tweeting it, writing it down instead of put a finger down if, like, I think the put a finger down if trend is kind of getting out of hand. If we being honest, I think the telling our business trend is kind of getting out of hand. And that's coming from somebody who told all of their business, because now that I can identify it, I can tell you why you're doing it. Because you ain't have nobody. So fuck it. Let's tell everybody. I ain't had nobody, so let me tell everybody. You don't have nobody to talk to. You want somebody to relate to. You feel like it's gonna make you feel better. And honestly, sometimes it do. Sometimes you have to put a finger down and find your community, but if you can heal from inside out before having to jump on social media, because I'm somebody who made those mistakes of going on social media angry, going on there talking shit, going on there being mad, me having bad energy, being angry. Like, I've been so angry. I've been so hurt from my trauma that I just held on to anger, and I was always defensive, and I was always mean, and I was always ready to pop off, and it's not healthy. Like, now I see stuff and I'm just like, who cares? Like, you literally can't affect me at this point in my life, because I've grown so much to the point where you cannot tell me anything about me where I'm gonna jump back and forth with you in the comments. Like, whatever you say goes, I guess. I mean, it don't matter to me. Like, I know who I am. I'm not angry. You're angry because you literally fighting demons. And I know that because I've been fighting demons before. So I know what it looked like to project on somebody else. And that's another thing you do when you're angry. You project how you feel about something on somebody else when that's probably not even how they feel. Oh yeah, definitely get your anger under control. One of my friends told me, I used to always say I'm not an emotional person. Like, that was something I was big on. Like, I'm not emotional like these other girls. He said, anger is an emotion. I said, oh my God. Anger is an emotion. You are emotional. You be mad as hell. You be angry as fuck. You are emotional. You do let stuff get to you because you get angry. So I had to learn to let stuff go. I have had to pray a lot of prayers to let stuff go. Even people who have physically harmed me, had others physically harm me, strangers. I have had to pray and pray the wanting to harm others away. So if I could do it, so can you. And somebody sitting back angry right now, I ain't going for none of that. When it comes a time in your life where you have something to lose, you will go for that. And when you get to that point where you understand that everything ain't worth it, a lot of people not worth it. A lot of people are, even if they do got something going on, because sometimes you feel like they ain't got shit going on. Sometimes people do have stuff going on. Sometimes the people who go against you will be people with their stuff together. But God will protect you in the end. God will seek vengeance for you in the end. You don't know what's going on behind closed doors. People be fighting real life demons and out here popping bottles in the club. It look good, but it don't always be good. So just let God handle it while he prepares a table in front of your enemies, because God has propped my table up, let me tell you. And I ain't to the table yet. I'm about to go take my seat at the table soon. But I'm telling you, God has built my table up, and it's a nice table. It's a nice table, okay? How you treat others is so important. Now, I am a social butterfly. I love people, but at the same time, I don't want nobody in my space. Um, if you see me out in the wild, you know that I'm holding doors, I'm helping people, I'm grabbing stuff off the top shelf at the grocery store. You know, in my day to day, I interact with people, I smile at people, I'm helpful, but I don't want to get too close and intimate to people. And that could just be, deep down trauma, but that could also just be me having discernment. And I do have really good discernment. And most people's intentions are not good. I know when you fill out a job application and it asks you like about people's intentions, it's really trying to see, do you believe that people are innocent? And they're not. Everybody gets that question wrong. I don't think that the answer is that people are likely not to steal. They're likely to steal, actually. You just don't know it. You would never know what's going on underneath your nose until you sit in that back security room and you looking closely. You don't think anything's going on. But definitely treat people with respect. Treat the housekeeper with respect. Treat the homeless man with respect. Like, I treat everybody the same. A lot of people get around me and they think that I'm about to be this uppity influencer. I'm not like that. I will never be like that. I'm a regular girl in a fucked up world, and I know that everybody's going through something. I don't want to be everybody's friend, but I don't have no reason to be mean to nobody until they give me a reason. But even still, I'm just gonna keep my distance because, like I said, we're not doing that angry stuff no more. I'm not doing vengeance. I'm not doing revenge. I'm leaving everything to God. I will pray for you and I will separate. But yeah, how you treat people is so important. Grief and losing people. So I think grief and losing people is another thing that can just have you like stuck in a place where you don't know how to move forward. It's so crazy because a couple of days ago I had a dream where I finally got to say goodbye to my grandpa. My grandpa died when I was in high school, maybe around 16 or 15 years old. I don't even think it could have been my freshman year. Yeah, it might have been my freshman year. But yeah, so my grandpa had died and I didn't get to say goodbye and I didn't go to the funeral. But in my dream 2 days ago, I finally got to say goodbye. And I think that's very symbolic of the time that's to come, getting to say goodbye to him. I feel like is the reason I have to say goodbye to you all as well. Because I don't know, things have come full circle. And I know people hate to say, like things have come 360, but no, they have. Things have come 360 because you do make a complete circle. And in that circle, you obtain knowledge and you try again. A lot of times in life, we keep on going through the same thing and the same thing and the same thing. That's because life is a circle. The world is around. Things go round and round in this world. Things happen again and again. When you get back to that start point, you need to have done the work. You need to be a different person. You need to have learned the lessons that you didn't learn last time. Every time you go around, it's a chance to learn something and to do better. So when you start to go around, you start to go up and around. And you're not staying down and around. You can spiral up and you can spiral down. But I think it's always 360. And I really don't like how people be, it's a 180. No, it is 360 to me. That's my theory. The big one for me, I'm gonna do this one last. Faith is my personal favorite. So I'm definitely gonna do that one last. But respect and honor yourself. I know I already talked about respecting yourself and self-confidence. For me, I was thinking about this in the shower the other day. Like, I've always said that I don't understand people who lack confidence, but I had to really check myself in the shower the other day because people go through so much stuff, but I just love me so much and I just believe in me so much. And I'm just, God just poured, confidence in my mixture. So I'm grateful that He did that, because sometimes I truly can't understand why you wouldn't love yourself and why you wouldn't respect and honor yourself. Um, but if you can understand why you would, then it's something that you need. It's some work that you need to do on yourself. It's some things that you need to change. About yourself so that you can love yourself. I see some of my fittest friends saying they don't like their body, and and I never understood it. Even when I worked in the strip club, it was like these girls literally do not like the way they look. I hear, I need another syringe, I need another CC, I need this, I need that, and I'm just like, it's not enough, like it's never gonna be enough for them because they don't like truly love themselves. And I'm just so grateful that like I love myself. Like, I've always loved myself since I was a little girl. I was just looking at pictures of me today. You know how the photos generates like this little photo album, like a collage. And I literally just started bawling, crying, because I was just smiling and I was just so happy in the pictures, because I've just always been a happy person. Like, to know me in real life is to know I am a very happy person. And it's usually self-gratification. I think that's not the word for that. That sounds like playing with yourself. It's usually, so I don't think that's right. It's usually brought on by myself. Like, I really make myself happy being with myself, loving myself. I think I'm funny. I think I'm cool. I think I'm sexy. I'm cool, sexy. What's the TLC album? Yeah, cool, sexy, fun. I don't know, but I think I'm all of those things. Like, and I'm so grateful that I am. Like, and there is nothing to it but to do it. Like, you don't. There's nothing to emulate. Like, if you see me on the screen right now and you can't understand why I'm confident and you aren't, there's nothing to it but to do it. Like, I look in the mirror every day and I'm smiling at myself. I'm cute. I put on my clothes, I feel pretty. I do my hair, my makeup, I feel pretty. But when it's off, I still feel pretty. I be ugly sometimes on some Tuesdays, like I be looking a little strange. But for the most part, I do love myself. But for the whole part, I love myself. I just look a little weird sometimes. Okay, so that was kind of like a preliminary speech. But the real point of this video is for me to say goodbye to my old self. I can feel myself going through a transformation. I can tell that I have fully walked through this tunnel of life. It's been 29 years and I have gone through a lot of stuff. I have struggled in my life immensely. I have failed and I have won and I have learned and I have lost and I have been tired and I have been going and going and keeping my faith. My faith is something that I really do stand on. My discernment is something that I really do stand on. And I've just, I don't even know how to put it into words, but I have truly trusted God in my life. And I'm so grateful that He has led me this far, because I know that I'm about to finally have my breakthrough and my life is about to finally change and struggle has finally come to an end for me. I know that I will still go through things, but there will be nothing that God cannot conquer and God cannot handle. The speed at which my life is about to change is gonna seem unreal, but I just wanted to come and tell you guys about my life and where I've been and who I've been before this. I did my testimony, but these are kind of just like words of advice and just like understanding like who I was, as a person before. It just seems like it happened overnight. Nothing for me happened overnight. I have repeatedly struggled. I have repeatedly went through things. I have repeatedly fucked up. I have repeatedly failed lessons and tests and got off track and done stuff I wasn't supposed to do. I have continuously let people throw me off my track, got in relationships that were not healthy, out drinking when I should have been in the house studying. Like, I've done things. I've fumbled businesses. Should have been, like, I've just done things, like, and I've learned from them. And I'm about to move forward and use all the lessons that I've learned in my life in this next chapter. Everything is about to be for what's to come now. Everything that I've done thus far, everything that I've gone through thus far is about to be applied to my new life. failed businesses. I'm going to know what to do moving forward because all of my businesses from now on will never fail. Because of everything that I've gone through, every failure that I've had in the past, it was supposed to happen like that because now I'm at the point where I'm in Asia, I'm by the vendors, I'm about to be able to build it from the ground up and it shall never fail again because God has already planned my steps and He did all of that. So when I get there and when I'm able to elevate it on such a big scale, I'll know better. I won't be taking a brand to a company asking them to ship my orders or any of this without knowing the numbers or market my business and they able to get more money out of me than they should because I know how to do that stuff. I know how to play every role. I know what people should be making. I know how stuff should go. I know every little bit of every little thing that I need to know moving forward. And what I don't know, God is going to supply me with the knowledge. But I truly feel like I have just been walked through the tunnel. And I said this the other day. I was telling somebody like, let me show y'all. Okay. I knew it was gonna be difficult, especially because I'm just at a point right now where like God is walking me through like the final walk of like my old life, and it's definitely a stubborn drug out walk. But as far as transition, definitely I knew it. So that's what I sent in a voice message, and then the day before in the video that I had posted my 8-month anniversary, this is what I said. Transition definitely wasn't smooth, but it's been worth it. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I know that all the praying and cleansing I did for the last 8 months. I said, are for bear fruit in the season. Okay, I said, transition definitely. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Y'all, right after I said that, sent that voice note about feeling like I'm being at the end of the tunnel, this was the screensaver on the TV. Mind you, the photos, just like on your computer, they're random. I've never seen this photo before, but it's somebody walking somebody else through a tunnel. Like God sent me that. You right. This is it. You coming out the tunnel, you can see the light. Like I have been down so bad this last year. I've been down so bad this last year. I've gone through so much. It feels like I don't feel like I lost everything, honestly, but I lost so much after that car accident. I wasn't able to work. Then the strike happened and we really wasn't able to work. It was like back-to-back things happening. And then I moved to Mexico and everything was cool for a little while. And then when I got here, things just got harder. Things have not been easy for me. Money has not been just coming in. Brand deals have been getting canceled. But I promise you, my life is about to change. My life is about to change rapidly. My trust in God is... I don't know why He chose me for this journey. You know, I know that I'm supposed to be sending messages to people and I'm supposed to be relaying messages. Sometimes I don't know how to put it into words. Like right now, I feel like I'm struggling to really like get the point that I'm trying to get across. But like, I feel like if you hear something that you need to hear, then you'll hear it. But God, please just guide my words and help me to share the wisdom you need me to share. And just thank you. But yeah, I just feel like my faith is just everything. Like my faith and just staying down. Like I'm one of them people that has really stayed down until they came up. I haven't had a car in probably like 5 years. I don't have no designer shoes. I don't have no designer clothes. I got a pair of Yeezy boots if that's designer to you. I have one pair of gym shoes. No, I have 2 pair of gym shoes. I have a pair of Nike gym shoes and I have a pair of New Balances. I have 1 pair of boots. I have Yeezy boots. I have one pair of flip-flops. I have 1 pair of Nike slides. I have maybe 20 outfits. I don't have much, you know, like I don't come out here acting like I have it all. I'm not a shopaholic. I don't spend my money that I do get on things. I spend them on bettering myself, maybe cameras, maybe technology, maybe like doing my hair so that I can do content. You know, like I'm constantly investing in myself. I spend money on my business, and that's another area. I feel like in my business days, in my early business days, I did so good, guys. I've done so good for myself. I've learned so much, but I also failed at things. I got my store doors closed. I wasn't a great boss. I didn't always ask people for the money that they needed to send me for booth rent. I wasn't on top of chargebacks. I wasn't on top of emails. You know, there's things that I'm not good at that I needed to delegate gate and I didn't do that when I should have. And now moving forward, I know better. You know, learn from every mistake that you make. Don't be ashamed of it. I'm not ashamed of anything. I'm not ashamed of evictions. I'm not ashamed of not having a car. I'm not ashamed of not having a designer. I'm not ashamed of not being able to afford things. I'm not ashamed when I have $50 in my account, because I know and I trust God, and I know that God is going to bring me out of that, and I know that He has picked me up out of that, and my life is about to change. But even still, I will always be the same humble person in the inside. Like, my humility will always be there. You know, I might flex a little because I deserve it, you know, but it won't be too much, you know. It might be because I waited a long, you know, I waited a very long time. Yeah, I'll be scared of the hearing stuff. Come up to him. You know, I waited a long time. I feel like the point, the thing I just want to do is like send a goodbye, you know, to the old me, into my old life, into all of my trauma and all of the things I went through and all of the lessons I've learned and the person who I used to be, because I'm completely transforming. I can't tell you who I'm about to become, because I don't even think I'm ready for how much my life is about to change. I know that my life is about to change. I know that I'm about to win in so many areas, that I'm about to be able to travel, that I'm about to be on red carpets, that I'm about to be an actor, that I'm about to do all of these things, that I'm going to do real estate, you know, and nobody, even the person right now that's spiteful and praying against that, you cannot stop it. What God has for me is for me. What God has for you is for you. What God has for my haters is for my haters. There's nothing I can pray. There's nothing I can say that will stop that from happening to them. God's plan is God's plan. Nobody can cut your water off but you. You are the only person who can stop you from getting what you're getting. And the reason that I'm getting what I'm getting at this point, guess what the secret is? I show up. That's the one thing we continuously don't do. You search for answers, search for answers, search for answers, search for answers. You looking for the magic answer, but you don't want to do the magic work. Do the fucking work. That's the problem with all of us. Or you want to get skinny, you don't go to the gym, you don't eat right. Well, what's the shortcut? Everybody looking for the shortcut, the shortcut, the shortcut, the shortcut. How can I do this easier? How can I get this done quicker? How can I watch this video on 2-speed? Me? Because I'm trying to get it over. You know, our attention span so short. We want stuff so quick. Nobody wants to work for it. I have been for the last year. I got baptized a year ago. I have been for the last year and a half, because it was a couple months before that I started putting in the work. Getting up, getting stuff done. I did a 90-day challenge where I started to get stuff done. I got up every single day for 90 days, and I had to get one thing at least done. If that was cleaning, cooking, grocery shopping, this, that, one thing at least. You cannot rot in the bed and change your life. Rotting in the bed won't change your life. Not getting up and being active won't change your life. Not checking off your goal list won't change your life. Not making goals and plans won't change your life. Being complacent where you are will not change your life. Being okay with not being happy will not change your life. Being sad about not being where you want to be will not change your life. The only thing that will change your life is doing what you need to do, putting in the work. I am putting in the work. I am getting up. I am filming content right now. I am cramping. I am motherfucking tired, okay? But I am committed to doing the best that I can do. I'm committed to my content, my travel content. I'm committed to my new life. I'm committed to what God has planned for me, even when I don't know that plan, but to get up and to step by step continue to follow God and continue to use my discernment. You know, I get messages from God where I just write down these things. Like, even this video is a message from God. This is something that God told me to film. And it could get 50 views, but that's 50 views from people that God sent to watch the video. And I'm telling you that. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Like, I feel like this video is probably all over the place, but it's like, there's so much to say, and like, it's just kind of like, if you get it, you get it, and if you don't, you need to get it. You need to be working on yourself. You need to be showing up for yourself. You need to make some changes. You need to break up with that person that you've been thinking about breaking up with. That's one of my downfalls. Always being in relationships. That's something that held me back the most. I didn't even want to go to the gym around people. I didn't want to do stuff with them. I wanted to do it by myself. So when it was around, I would just feel like yucky, just laying in the bed, eating and watching movies instead of doing the stuff that I have planned to do, because I don't want to do it when they're around. I don't want to film content with somebody around, you know. Like, being by myself, I'm putting myself in like this boot camp where I have to show up for myself, where it's nobody to distract me. It's nobody to say, hey, let's go out. It's nobody to say, hey, let's do this, throwing off my whole day, and I go and do it. It's nobody to distract me. I'm in a distraction-free zone. It's just me and God and Leo out here, okay? It's nobody else. Everybody's like, you want friendship, you want a relationship. I want to date myself right now. Learn how to date yourself. Learn how to be with yourself. Learn how to build yourself up. You want to build up a man. You want to build up a friend. You want to do this. You want to do that. Do it for yourself. Have you ever stopped and done it for yourself? How much your life would change if you would just invest in yourself as much as you invest in other people? You a people pleaser? I'm not a people pleaser, but maybe I am. Maybe I have been, you know? Maybe I have been. Even though as much as I, don't feel like I have been, maybe I have been. And it's not a good thing. It's not a good look. It's not something that you want to be doing, being a people pleaser. You need to put yourself first, and never put yourself last. And you need to do it today. Today needs to be the day that you get off your ass. Yeah. 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 Um, I don't know. I just want better for y'all, and I'm getting better for myself. And I don't want you to be envious or jealous when the time comes, because it's coming, and it's coming quickly. It's coming so quickly, and I don't even know what it is, and I don't know the capacity of it. But God has told me that it's coming, and I have been at a sit still or wait on it position for a long time. God had not given me the word that it was my time, but God has given me the word that it is my time, and I'm going to show up every day doing the best I can do to prepare for it. So I am saying goodbye to the old me, and I am suiting up for my new life. A lot of things will change moving forward. A lot of my content will change. More travel content, more reviews, more vlogs. And it's no telling what's to come. But I'm just so thankful that I was able to wait on God. It was a lot of times in my life that I was ready to check out. Um, yeah, and I'm just glad, that I didn't do that. Yeah, 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 yeah. God has a plan for you. Jeremiah 29:11. One of the best scriptures ever, but you must know what comes before that. Read your Bible. The Bible is not a nice read. It's a drag. If you want to get drugged, read the Bible. Um, God will drag you. They was up in that Bible dragging people. If you think you getting read up on them Instagrams and Twitters and TikToks, read that Bible. You gonna get drugged for real, for real. It's gonna call you out for real, for real. Fasting has done tremendous things for my life. I've been able to walk away from makeup finally. Um, and I threw away a lot of my makeup on my way here, just almost kind of testing God because I could have really needed it. And I have, almost kind of needed clients because I haven't had much. But I stayed down. I used my YouTube check. I borrowed. I did what I had to do until, my life started to change, which is coming in a couple weeks. Not even a couple weeks, next week. Next week, my life will be different. Um, and yeah, I don't know, y'all. Like, I yeah, I'm just thankful. Keep the faith. Keep the faith. Keep the faith. I'm 29 years old. I've been hustling and doing all of this since I was a little girl. I've been on Instagram longer than everybody. Been on Instagram since I was a kid, bro. I've been on Instagram and popular on Instagram since I was a kid, and I'm just now hitting 100K when I've been on there with 20K at like 18. I had 20K at like 18, and I'm just getting to 100K because it was not my time. It was not time. God was not ready for me to grow at that rate because I still needed to grow inside. Sometimes when you're not taking off, when you're not popping off, and stuff not working for you, is because you still have work to do. God will not send you when you're not ready. And when he does send you sometimes when you're not ready, it's so that you can learn them lessons and come back and see, oh, I wasn't ready. And a lot of times when things didn't work out for me, I was angry and I was mad and I was hurt and I was embarrassed. But God was protecting me and God was showing me things. Yeah, I'd be so scared. I'd be hearing stuff. And God was showing me things, and I'm just so grateful, y'all. I don't know how much more I can ramble. Let me just make sure I went and said everything I need to say. Um, because I know like I'm in a transition. I'm so grateful that I've allowed myself to be patient with God. Like, I'm definitely thankful that I've allowed myself to be patient with God. I so much stuff. And I Yeah, God is definitely protecting you. Sometimes I always feel like, why didn't I go so far in this? Like even with makeup, and different things, social media, like I just said, God is protecting you. Even when I was younger on Twitter, I was really big on Twitter. I I shouldn't have been on Twitter. I was popping off all the time. I was doing too much, and at some point, that platform deleted. Like it got deleted, and it was in the time that I was like, I'm ready to delete Twitter, and God was like, don't worry about it, I got you, and it got deleted. And honestly, thank you God, because when you got a deleted account, that means most of that stuff can't be recovered. Um, but I'm just grateful to God and how everything works out for me, and I'm just repeating stuff. Okay, let me see. Okay, so yeah, one last time, I just want to say goodbye to the old periods and hello to my new life. Allow me to reintroduce myself in my next video. It will be a get to know me. And yeah, ask me some questions in the comments for the Q&A. I'm also gonna do a social media how I got to 100K video, strategy and stuff like that. And then I will get back to the travel content very soon. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I hope you took something from this video. I hope that something that was said danced on your spirit and that you can relate to it. And I hope that you pray tonight and that you learn to ask God for the things that you need, because that's one of the biggest problems and obstacles that I had. But the prayers that I've been saying all last week have been answered, and that's because I asked. I think a lot of times I just am so stubborn with asking God for things, because I think, how can I ask you for anything else? And you have to ask God for things. You have to communicate with God. You have to open your heart and open your mouth, okay? I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. It's your girl Paris. XOXO. Bye.